Hello everybody. I got my hands on a much nicer camera and also picked up a Indian head, $2.50 gold Indian head, 1927. PGA says that it's an MS64 coin, but I can't agree with them because there is a pretty large gash right in front of the nose on the Indian. I'm not sure if I can get it to pick up, but I don't know. Whoever graded this did not do a particularly good job on it. Still a nice coin, but just not MS64 nice. But you know, good 1927 2.5 Indian head. Now we're just gonna go through things kind of randomly today. Let's talk about this 1855 O CAC 55 with the arrows around the date. It's a seated Liberty $50. It's a very nice coin. It's just a completely original coin. All of the toning is all there. And the strike on the back is just spectacular. I mean, all of the details on that eagle are there. All of the lines on the shield, Liberty's there completely. Again, AU55 and a CAC holder. It's just a spectacular coin. I mean, you can't really ask for anything more when you're looking at a seated Liberty $50. Alright, let's talk about a 1904 Morgan now. This is MS63, graded by NGC. Again, this is a 1904 O Morgan dollar. Pretty blast white coin, I do believe. Very little chatter in the field. This is actually a very nice coin. Very light chatter across the cheek. A little bit on the neck, but just a all around very solid coin. Cartwheel luster is still all there. If I can get it into the, yeah. Beautiful coin. Can't ever go wrong with an MS63 Morgan. Highly collectible. I mean, 1904 O is a more common date, but still a nice Morgan and MS63. Now let's talk about another Morgan, but this one is in a PCGS OGH. Wow, that has some very reflective fields that I had not noticed until now. This is a very beautiful coin. This is an 1881 from the Philadelphia Mint. You can just see how finished those fields are, and got a little bit of chatter on the cheek there. But other than that, it's a very stunning coin. 1881 MS63 in the old green holder. Gotta love the old green holders because, you know, they were much more stringent when grading. Who knows what this would grade if you cracked it out, but there's no point in doing that because everybody loves the old holders. The toning's a little bit odd on it. It kind of just goes straight across, which is weird. It's not curved at all. It's just a completely straight line. But look at those fields. Those fields are just beautiful. Oh man, I really love this coin. And this new camera that I got just now is doing a very good job picking it up. Much better than the camera that I was using the other day. So now we got an 1887 Morgan. This one is MS63. Another Philadelphia Mint. Very beautiful coin. Let's see. A little bit of chatter on the neck. Very minimal actually. This is a very nice coin. Some chatter down in here, but the up half is very clean. There's a little bit of chatter up in the top bit right there, and I think you can see that on the video. but very, very nice coin indeed. Yeah, and I mean, you can really never go wrong with an MS63 Morgan dollar because they're plentiful, so they're, very affordable, but at the same time, it's still a highly collectible coin and very beautiful. I mean, everybody loves Morgan dollars. All right, let's go to something completely different now. Now I got a 1909 Indian head. Now this is a details grade coin. But the only reason I've been able to find that this is a details coin is a tiny little nick right there under the N. I think it's coming up on the camera, but it's just outside of that little spot right there. It is just an absolutely stunning coin. Let me make sure I can get full focus on it. It's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, if you're looking for a really affordable 1909 Indian head penny, you found one right here. Like if you need something for an album, this would go absolutely perfectly in it. Very, very, very solid coin. Okay, let's talk about a different penny. This one's much older, 1855. This is an XF45 with the upright 55s. Very nice coin. I just love XFs because, they were actually used. They weren't just thrown in a bank vault and forgotten about, but they were used in circulation. Like, people purchased a lot of stuff with this. And back in the day, this would have, gotten you not a ton of stuff, but, there were definitely things that you could buy with a penny. And just, that's not the case at all anymore. But very nice coin, beautifully circulated, great consistent color. There's a couple of little dark spots on the bottom left there, right under the date. And on the reverse actually looks pretty clean. I'm not seeing anything outside the camera that you aren't seeing yourself. So you just got those little dots right there, and outside of that, it's a very, very solid coin. Let's go to the error that we have coming up for auction. So this is an MS63, a 93% off-center strike. PCGS called this various, but to me it's pretty apparent that this is a Jefferson nickel, and it's actually a 99D. Let me see if I can get this to focus. There we go. But I mean, to me it absolutely looks like a 99 Denver Jefferson nickel, because you got the mint mark right there, and the last 9, and then the first 9 is about halfway through. So very, very nice off-center strike, because if you were any more off-center, you would not be able to tell what this coin was. And I mean, it's so far off-center that PCGS labeled it various because they weren't completely sure as to what it was, but I'm pretty confident that this is a 99 Denver Jefferson nickel. But very, very interesting coin there. Let's go to a different seated Liberty. This one is an 1876 Carson City $50 seated Liberty. This thing is in an annex holder, which is really unfortunate, and an AG3. And I think this would get a details grade with any other service because of this rim nick down here. But annex is very, very lenient with their grading. You can just barely see the CC on this coin, but if you're looking for a really, really cheap seated Liberty and you're not looking to spend a ton of money, this could be a very nice coin. And if you don't mind the annex holder, because a lot of people really do not like those. All right, now we got another 1904 Morgan dollar. This is just another stunning 1904 that we have. I really, really like how clean this one is. The strike's all right. There's a little bit of toning on the bottom there. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's coming through on the video. There's also a little bit on the top crest as well. A little bit of chatter out on the cheek, but not a ton. Some on the cap and on the left field as well. The right field's pretty good. And then as far as the back goes, it's pretty blast white. Not a ton of chatter. There's a little bit of stuff, but that is on the holder, not actually on the coin. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton of flaws in this reverse here. If you're seeing something in the video that I'm not pointing out, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to, you know, present these coins exactly as they are. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to misrepresent anything. I want to be selling you all coins for 15 years, not 15 minutes, as the good coin dealers say. But just a beautiful coin. Again, MS63 19040. Just can't ever go wrong with a 63 Morgan. Now we got something really different here. We got a 1936 MS65 Washington quarter. Now you got that wonderful gemmy luster in there. This is just a beautiful coin. If you're looking for Washington quarters that are very, very solid, this is definitely one to look out for. You've got a little dark mark on the hair right there that I just pointed out. And the reverse is looking pretty clean. Very frosty, nice gemmy luster with that cartwheeling. Just a beautiful, beautiful coin. If you like Washington quarters, this one's definitely for you. I was looking at in a forum on Reddit the other day, and I saw one of the new Washington quarters that they have, and it's just, it's not great. I'm so glad that we have the older ones that actually look good, and we're not just stuck with the new ones that give President Washington the largest neck I've ever seen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should look it up. It's definitely something. All right, let's move on to a mercury dime. These are some of my favorite coins ever. I just love the winged cap that Liberty is wearing in these. And this one is a 65 full bands. So, you know, it doesn't get much better than this. And as far as 65 goes, this is a very solid one, if I do say so myself. And you're also an NGC holder. I'm not sure what your all's opinions of NGC versus PCGS, but I'm definitely more of a fan of NGC. I think they grade a little bit harsher, and I also like the way that their slabs feel in hand over the PCGS coins, or over the PCGS slabs. But again, very, very solid coin. And 1944D is a very, very common date. So if you're looking for just a mercury dime that is beautiful and very good condition, but that isn't going to break the bank, this is definitely one that you should look out for, because, you know, at 66 full bands, you're getting really close to the perfect coin. You're not quite tiptoeing on perfection, but it is very, very solid. You will have trouble finding issues with it if you're just looking at it with the naked eye. But yeah, very, very solid coin right there. Let's move on to a Walking Liberty. If I can get this bad boy to focus, please. There we go. Now this is an MS65 1947D Walking Liberty. There's a little bit of toning on the top crest, but you know, you've got that wonderful gemmy luster that you get with Walking Liberties. It's just a stunning, stunning coin. just gonna shimmer this around and let you guys look at how beautiful this coin is. Oh man, I mean, look at that. It does not get much better for walking liberties than this coin right here. And you've got all of the stars, the leg is in immaculate shape. Just an all-around wonderful, wonderful coin. Alrighty, now let's go back to another Morgan dollar. This is an 1884 MS63. I don't know if you can tell, but we have quite a few MS63 Morgans in this auction. I found that they're good value for money because 63s are very, very plentiful, but they're still a very, very solid coin. And I feel like a broken record every time I say that. And this is an 1884 MS63. Let's take a look at this. There's a little bit of chatter out in the fields and through the cheek and neck. The right fields are all right. There's a little bit under the U right there. But the reverse on this coin is just fantastic. And look at that. Oh, have you been out of focus for me? There we go. I'm sorry about that. That's just a stunning reverse. All right, let's just talk about a couple more coins. Let me find a really nice one for you out of this pile. Oh, this is a fun coin to talk about. This is an 1824 XF40 capped bust half with the CAC green bean. And you know, if you're looking for a circulated, completely original coin, this is definitely one for you. I mean, it's got all of the original crust on it, beautifully circulated, but also holds a lot of that original detail with the coin. So if you're looking for something like this, this is definitely way up there. And I mean, I've always loved these coins. I don't know why, but the capped bust halves have always held a special place in my heart. Well, let's see. Let me find those gold coins that I have for you. We have a 1850 AU53 Type 1 $1 gold piece. As far as AU53 goes, it's a pretty good coin. Beautifully circulated. It's actually been circulated more than a lot of gold coins that I've seen. So if you do like the way that these coins age and what they look like after they've been circulated, this is definitely one for you to take a look at. I don't know, I do not like them as much as I like the Type 3 gold coins though, and I do have one of those for you to take a look at. An 1859 AU55 $1 gold. I just love the way that the Indian Princess is on these coins. I think they're absolutely stunning. And as far as gold coins go, I think they're a spectacular buy because you're really buying a piece of art. You're not just buying a piece of metal. Is a piece of art, a piece of history, and with years and years of use, this is just an absolutely stunning coin. All right, well, thank you all very much for watching this little YouTube video that I've put together today. I had a quick look through a number of the coins that we looked at a couple of days ago, and then with that addition of the 2.5 Indian head. That is, in my opinion, wrongfully graded MS64. But again, thank you all very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.